what patent law is all about is excluding other people from practicing your invention. So
Okay.
a tangible example is a scientist at Eli Lilly and Company invents a new chemical compound that turns out to be an active pharmaceutical.
Hmm.
We patent that
Okay.
and we protect the use of that for 20 years on behalf of Eli Lilly and Company. After 20 years, the patent expires, then anybody can make and sell that chemical compound as a pharmaceutical. So
Wow.
it's all about exclusivity.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
it is. And I learned when you mentioned that it could be a really expensive process because you have to like, is it because you have to do this process, this patent process in each place that you want it to be used or?
It gets very expensive. Submitting patent applications in the European Patent Office, for example, is very expensive. And then, of course, once you get a patent, you have to maintain it. And the fees for that go up every few years. So it becomes a fantastic amount of money.
I also seen that you had mentioned that if they don't want to go to law school, they don't have to, but
Right.
they can take an exam.
Yes.
Is it recommended that they get previous experience in the field, or is it just fine? Like if you take an exam, it's easy to get into the position. Like,
It's just like the gentleman who was talking about basketball. Getting experience is extremely useful because, for example, law firms or companies, they're always looking for people with experience. So you've got to get your foot in the door somehow, some way, early on, as early on as you can.
and are there internship opportunities? Like, is that common in the field?
Is what common?
Are internship opportunities common?
Yes. Many law firms will take on summer interns. Yes. Now, for people out there, let me point out, you don't have to be a lawyer to be a patent practitioner. You can take an exam given by the United States Patent and Trademark Office and become what's called a patent agent. And patent agents are attracted to law firms also. So you don't have to be a lawyer. If you don't want to go to law school, you don't have to go to law school. Okay, moving on. Describe an example of a typical project. Typical
Yes.
projects for patent lawyers are drafting patent applications, filing them in the Patent and Trademark Office, and then what we call prosecuting them. Just because you file a patent application doesn't mean you get a patent. Your patent application has to be examined by a patent examiner. And basically, they look at certain criteria. Is the invention novel? Is it not obvious? Is it enabled, et cetera, et cetera? I won't bore you with all the details. So there's the filing process, and then there's the back and forth between the patent examiner and the patent attorney. It's just like you see in courtroom dramas on detective shows.